Hey guys, that was me playing with my Ableton Push and Exhale. In particular, I was modulating the macros in Exhale using the physical controls on my MIDI controller, which is an Ableton Push. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set that up in Ableton. And why is this important? Well, the macro controls are the things that allow us to shape and manipulate the sound as we're playing it. So for example, as I hold down a note, we can change this torque macro. To shape the way in which that sound actually sounds. It's pretty cool, but it's a lot more fun if we can get hands-on and physically control those macros with a physical controller. I'll show you how it works. It basically all hinges on this one key idea, and that is we need to group it into what we call an instrument rack. So we have our contact instrument already loaded up down here. We'll simply right-click and group it. That loads it into an instrument rack. And then if we hit this tiny little button on the left-hand side, it will show the macro knobs. And these are the things we need to map to the macros inside of Exhale. So to do that, we hit this little button here, this little triangle guy, and then configure, and we'll simply click on each of the macros individually. So macro 1, macro 2, macro 3, and macro 4, and we'll hop out of configure. This essentially allows the instrument rack to see the macros inside of Exhale. So now the instrument rack sees the macros. It's a simple job of right-clicking each of these 4 parameters here and assigning them to the macros inside of the instrument rack. So we'll right-click, map to macro 1, right-click, map to macro 2, right-click, map to macro 3, and again, right-click, map to macro 4. And if we have something like an Ableton Push or an APC40, then the physical controls will be automatically assigned to the macros in the instrument rack. So if we select the instrument rack and move one of the controls in real life on our controller, like so, we can see that it's not only moving the macro in the instrument rack, but it's moving the macro just as we wanted in Exhale too. And this is a really fun way to play with Exhale. You can have one hand playing in the notes and the other hand controlling the sound by manipulating the macros. And the cool thing is, once these macros are assigned, like we've just done, we can jump between presets and we don't have to reassign them every time. So we could try a different sound maybe, like let's just say the next one down. And if we're using a MIDI controller that doesn't automatically assign the physical controller, the physical parameter to the macros inside of the instrument rack, then we can manually make that assignment. So we'll hit MIDI in the top right of the screen, open up the browser, and hit macro 1 or whichever macro we want to assign, and then simply move the control in real life you want to basically control macro 1 with. So I'll move that controller now. And there you go. Now if we hop out of MIDI mode, we can control that macro with this other MIDI controller. Pretty cool, right? And we can finally save this instrument rack so we don't have to manually set up any of these mappings. Again, we just load up this instrument rack that's saved. To do that, we hit the save button and give it a name. And there you go. That's how you map the macros in Exhale to a MIDI controller in Ableton.